I feel like as though we have like a new beginning, and it's beautiful. You know, we're still blessed, and I mean, we've had our loss, but we're finding our way.
What's going on, y'all? It's the kid Mitch Mula, and you watching Sacrifice Season. This is episode 2, part 1 of a 2-part series where we're going to be breaking down the connection between Clive Davis, Jennifer Hudson, and Whitney Houston. Before we get into the two names that I'm sure you're familiar with, we got to start with Clive Davis, the mastermind behind all of this. If you don't know who Clive Davis is, he's basically a big dog in the music industry. He's been doing this since the 60s and at a high level. He's responsible for bringing us people like Bruce Springsteen, Janis Joplin, you know that name, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd, Barry Manilow. He done gave us LaFace Records with Babyface them, L.A. Reid. He's also behind Puff Daddy. People don't even know. You know LaFace gave us TLC, Usher, Outkast, Pink, Tony Braxton. We wouldn't have had none of them without Clive. Crazy. We wouldn't have had Biggie, Mace, Faith Evans, none of that. We wouldn't have had it without Clive, because he's the one that put the money behind Puff Daddy to make that happen. Just to give you a glimpse of how much of a big dog Clive Davis was and still is inside this music industry, okay? Two artists he's also responsible for introducing us to or breaking is Jennifer Hudson and Whitney Houston. We know about Jennifer and Whitney, but a lot of people may not know the tragedy that surrounds both of them in different ways. And that's the reason for this series. So in episode 1, we're going to talk about the connection between Clive Davis and Jennifer Hudson. And then in episode 2, we're going to get more into Clive Davis and Whitney Houston. So let's get started. Let me just give you a quick rundown of Jennifer Hudson before we get into the real logistics of it. Jennifer Hudson basically started on American Idol. We all know that. That was around 2004, 2005. She was there with like Fantasia and Kelly Clarkson then. So she ended up not winning. Maybe they didn't think she had the look at the time. Who knows why she didn't win? I don't remember. I was a little kid. But we do all know that she got talent. You cannot take that away from the lady. The lady could sing. That's just what it is. So she ended up finding her way into the industry regardless of winning the show or not. Her first appearance within the industry after American Idol was on a song with an artist named Meatloaf. He's a rock artist who also has his own history with making deals with the enemy. Best way I could describe Meatloaf is like a Jack Black, like a Tenacious D type artist. You don't know if they joking or if they serious about what they doing, but they both got ties to deals with the enemy, if you get what I'm saying. And the song happened to be called Bat Out of Hell, The Monster Is Loose. This is 2006. So a year after American Idol, she get on this song with this weird rock guy making this weird titled song. That's her first music industry song. After that, she started going up a little bit. She did Dream Girls. And you know how big that role was. Beyonce in that film, Eddie Murphy in that film. Very large film. Very integral part of her career. It's 2006. She going up. She on an upward trajectory. Okay? Sadly though, in 2008 is when they threw a wrench in the whole plan. Everything started twisting up and getting different. 2008, her mom, her brother, and her nephew were killed. Very gruesome scene it was. This was not natural causes. This is not nothing that people even really want to talk about for real. But it was a big deal then. All over the news. They was talking to Jennifer, interviewing Jennifer. She acting weird. She sitting there talking about, we went through this loss and, you know, it's beautiful now. It's a beautiful beginning. She had this weird smile on her face. It was super weird. I was not liking it. The killer's name, William Balfour. And guess who he was? He is the alleged ex-husband of her sister, Julia. Her sister, Julia, the one that made the call to 911 when she found her mama in there after allegedly her husband, William, did what he did to the mama. she on the 911 call sounded mad weird and rehearsed. That part is speculation, I ain't gonna lie. But them saying that William Balfour is the one that did it is the truth. Just as Jennifer is making her rise in this industry, one of her family members, her brother-in-law, comes and does what he does to 3 members of her family, her mom, her brother, and her nephew. They found the mom and brother right away. They found the nephew 3 days later. Then they found William, took him to jail, and gave him like 3 life sentences. He's still in jail to this day, talking about he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He'd been in jail for who knows how long at this point. He's still talking about he didn't do it. Who did it? Now, I don't know what y'all know. I don't know what y'all into, but I'm aware that there are ways to get people to do things and they don't remember they did it. If you don't think that type of technology exists out there, then you gotta open your eyes, you gotta learn what's going on. To bring everything full circle, Jennifer Hudson was signed to Clive Davis. She was signed to Clive Davis the whole time she signed to Clive Davis to this day. So as she's going up this meteoric rise, a couple years from 04 to 06, 07 passed, we now are year 4 inside this industry. And then this happens to her. 3 people in her family taken away. Still signed to Clive Davis. Only went up after that. That's not a coincidence, or is it? After 2008, she done did Sex in the City. She done did Secret Life of Bees. She done sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl and the Democratic National Convention. She done had Weight Watchers campaigns. Played Winnie Mandela. She was in the Three Stooges. She done been on Broadway, doing Color Purple, Hairspray, all of that. She done only got bigger and bigger since that happened to her folks. And Clive Davis just been sitting behind, rubbing his hands the whole time, the same way he did with Whitney, which we're gonna get into in the next video. So that pretty much sums up the connection between Jennifer Hudson and Clive Davis and what happened to get her to where she is today. She also has her own show now too, right now, currently. Every day of the week, you're gonna see it on TV. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Do y'all think she did that to get where she's going, or y'all think it's just a coincidence like everything else? Let me know, and let me know who else you want to see. Stay tuned for the next video with Clive and Whitney. It's the kid Mitch Moolah. I'm out. You dig.